Brian Rafalski, who played in the NHL for a long time.
Yeah, they called him Raffy.
No, they didn't call him that either. I have never seen a team work their tails off defensively more than them. It was incredible. Like, they were, diving to put their body in front of every shot possible, because John Michelizzi, while a fine backup, was not the winningest goaltender in Wisconsin hockey history.
Okay.
So sometimes it goes the other way.
You're saying it's the opposite.
No. What I'm saying is that it can go both ways with a backup.
Sure.
Just like it did.
Certainly.
So I actually thought your analogy was great, and if you'd just let me get to say that, I would appreciate it, Dookie.
Sure.
Because it can go both ways. And I thought, look, first of all, you nailed it on the story of the night. If they could just, and look, let's be honest here. It was a Hall of Fame running back who was really pissed off about how he was handled the previous week against New England.
Yep.
And so he went out there, and he and his offensive lineman, which, by the way, they don't have a lot of great things going for them, Baltimore, the way their season has gone. Their offensive line is pretty damn good. They got some really good players.
I want their center. Center to sign with. They're not going to let him out of there, but he's a really good player. Iowa guy, I think.
So my point is that this wasn't just some Joe Schmo who came in and put up 216. But to your point, another great analogy, because I know you appreciate a glazing or two from time to time.
I do. Glaze me up.
The analogy to Wisconsin football, like Melvin Gordon for 430, whatever it was, they ran the ball 53 times.
Yeah.
53 times.
Yeah.
That's not, you don't see that in the NFL.
40 minutes to 20 in top.
Uh-huh. They ran the ball
Jason,
more times than the Packers snapped the ball.
Oh, easily. By a lot. Yeah, and don't give me this, we score so fast, we're so explosive. Yeah, it happened, for sure. I'm not going to argue with that. But I thought Jeff Hafley at least tried. He should have done it earlier. He went 5 down. Mm-hmm. And I know, Jason, you have issues sometimes with the 3 and 4 down and, spacing. And
what is with you today?
I'm in a good mood. Just Enagbare. But they ended up putting out and that's what teams, and this is part of what made me think of the Akrons, they would just load up in bear fronts and say, do something else. Like, that's what defenses, when you don't have anything left to stop a run game, you go 5 down and you cover up the center and both guards, and you just say, do something else. Well, they decided to start tossing the ball outside, and if I'm being honest, we didn't have a ton of willing tacklers on the perimeter. Valentine, he's got to get better at tackling. Evan Williams wasn't as good. I think you could tell he was coming back from an injury. He was uncharacteristically not the same big-time player that he is. Mm-hmm. So it just was one of those perfect storms where I think we kind of thought we didn't know where Baltimore's motivation was going to be. We should have found out pretty early. Yeah. It was
now they're
really
playing for
good.
A chip.
And now they get an opportunity. It was the tale of two cities. We should have been, and I don't know which cities are in Dickens' deal, but we should have been fighting and scrapping, realizing San Fran was going to be tough to beat for the Bears, and we could set up a showdown-type operation this weekend. And instead, Baltimore, where all hope is lost, they got to go to Lambeau on a Saturday night without their MVP, and then they need Cleveland to beat Aaron, Blank, and Rodgers? That seems to me like it'd be like, there's no blanking way. But instead, they just put the pedal down and say, we're going to do it. And Green Bay's like, whatever. And that's absurd to me. And that is what happened. It is.
It is what happened. Baltimore, by the way, charm city. I know we had a conversation a while back about how many queen cities there are. Charm city, Baltimore. A tale of two cities.
How many people,
Title town.
How many people would say that Baltimore's charm city?
I don't know. I don't know if it's facetious. Okay. Having been to Baltimore a bunch, underrated. Obviously not the sections that are in the wire, but other areas, very nice. I enjoyed my trips there. So here's the deal.
I don't even know where it's rated.
I'm just telling you what it's called, bro.
No, I understand. I went to a Orioles game. That area is nice, and I'm sure they got nice stuff.
Inner Harbor, beautiful.
Every time we went to Baltimore, it usually was not great. We got our tails kicked, so I'm not a big fan.
With Jerry Falwell in the press box, you guys got beat like 48-3. That was not good. Aaron Rodgers. That was a long night.
No, it was not great.
Speaking of long nights, there's a lot we want to cover from Saturday and then look ahead. And look, Matt LaFleur is in a bit of a pickle because there have been years where he rested guys, and then they played poorly in the playoffs. They have lost 3 in a row. Their quarterback has yet to officially clear the concussion protocol. But I think they have a bigger issue than that. And I need your guidance.
Yes. All right.
That's what I'm working on.
Like it.
I love it when you're in a good mood, man. I'm just going to ride the wave.
All right.
Just like I finally got to see it. I don't know why I had missed it so frequently.
Landman?
No.
You watched a little Landman?
Oh. No, I did not. I'm catching up on.
That'll put you in a good mood.
I've watched so many Law and Order episodes that I've now switched to another Dick Wolf creation, FBI, which used to be, I think it's still on CBS. But the problem is I haven't seen them all, so now when I write, I'm watching the show instead of writing. So I got to figure something out. Landman. No, what I saw was the full-length 60-second commercial that our gal G. Nadella and Santa did together. Let me make a call. That one? I finally saw it in its entirety. It was like I had seen like a trailer, and now I saw the extended cut. And no matter how much of that commercial you hear or see, you know that G. Nadella, Santa, but not as elves who are overmatched to make such quality products, are on the case.
Yep. And ensure your home remains comfortable. We had a big storm here last night. Make sure that you get past that brutal post-holiday winter. And Santa's magical, did it again. But his elves, they aren't qualified to build Pella windows and doors. Pella's elves are, though. They install year-round and will finish installation in as little as a day. And right now, you got a couple days left. Pay 0 interest for up to 24 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hurry up. This deal ends December 31st. So schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply.
I don't know if you're familiar with this, but when a team loses, the organization does not post the post-game locker room speech. They only post it after their team wins. Something very interesting happened in the Packers locker room after the game. And so before we get to your calls, which I do want to do because I really want to get Packers fans' temperature now, because there were some big-time Debbie Downer, we're cooked, mail it in, fire LaFleur, fire Goody.
Jason, I'm going to tell you this. Shug, who is he's always our first caller. He's got carte blanche because he's been doing it for years. He is the most avid, optimistic Packer fan. We lost Shug. Shug was saying we'd go 8 in a row and going to go win it all. This was way back. And now we've lost. What is this, 4 in a row we've lost or 3?
3.
Probably going to be 4. 3 in a row. And Shug, we'll see. What are you shaking your head about? You think this team is going to be? I don't. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, Shug,
great tease.
Not overly optimistic.
I'm sorry to hear.
Shug's always
Sugar Shane.
Sugar free.
Sugar Shane Mosley, boxer. So I do want to get fans' reaction. 844-770-3776 if you want to get in the queue. But I need your help on this. How often do players call out other players? I'll explain next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
This holiday season, imagine a home that feels safer, cozier, and truly yours. Hey, I'm Brad Nortman, and I know how much it means when your home finally works the way you've always hoped. Lifetime Home Services helps families create that comfort, from cleaner air and radon safety to organized closets and smart home automation. It's all about making your home feel better every day. Mention this ad during your consultation for 10% off, plus earn credits towards future home projects with our end of the year special. Start creating a home that feels good to live in at lifetimehomeservices.com.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years on windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day, lifetime warranty, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
The shot clock's winding down, and Saturn Lounge scores at the buzzer. When your marketing needs a slam dunk, our team drives the lane with creative strategy, branding, websites, video storytelling, and marketing campaigns that win. We run the full court press in every engagement, pushing the pace, finding that open shot, and delivering the highlight reel results. Our Saturn Lounge team ensures that your marketing content and campaigns dominate like a champion. Don't settle for a turnover or a missed shot or a wasted possession. Let Saturn Lounge run your marketing game plan now. To tell the world your story, visit SaturnLounge.com today.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Kyle Brust-Norman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
The tape is the tape. And it was ugly. More importantly, it was problematic from an effort perspective. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. List is more. All right, so after the game, Lucas Van Ness, which I
had a good game. Thought LVN played well.
And he played quite a few more snaps than Rashawn Gary did, but we'll get into that in a second as well. And I will mention it here, but I did not mention it in my question to Matt LaFleur, because I appreciate someone who gave actual information, and I don't want there to be a chill effect like there was on Steno with some of the things he said in press conferences. So Lucas Van Ness told us after the game that Kingsley Enagbare, JJ the jet plane as he's known, spoke to the team afterward and basically called guys out for not playing their hardest. I'm going to read the quote from LVN. Somebody, and this was great because I think Wes Hodquist just asked him about Enagbare. Because, look, for as poorly as they played, I thought Enagbare had some good moments, and I thought Lucas Van Ness played one of his best games. I understand they didn't sack the quarterback.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah. So somebody asked him, I think it was Wes, about Enagbare. And here is part of his answer. Every time you step on the field, you know 5-5 is going to give it his all. He shared a little bit of that sentiment after the game, that you got to leave it all on the field. He felt like some people didn't. At this point in the season, you have to be willing to put your body on the line, lay everything on the line, because we're ultimately trying to get to that end game, the Super Bowl. And we're going to have to do that. And then the follow-up question was, he spoke to the locker room, and LVN said yes, after the game, yes. So my question for you, Tausch, so I asked LaFleur about that. Now, I don't know if Jesse has that clip, but my question for you first is, that is not good. What?
No, Jesse just shook his head like absolutely not.
I do not have that clip.
He is.
No.
All right,
I believe he's mailing. I don't think he's mailing it in. I think Jesse's doing a nice job.
I believe he's. Did you just JJ Enagbare him and then pull it back?
No.
I've decided I don't want to watch all these press conferences anymore. Jason can tell us if he asks a good question. I don't want to sit through them all and do all that.
All right,
well, hey, Jesse, if you're going to change that policy, I need you to let me know.
Carmen.
Here we are.
Carmen San Diego. Jason, here's what I will tell you. It is really difficult for a player to call out, especially, I don't know who he called out. I have ideas, but I'm not going to speculate, at least not publicly.
I don't think he called anybody out by name either. I think he was trying to speak generally.
It's really difficult as a player in a locker room with guys that you know and are friends with and you work with, if you to be brutally honest and blunt on your assessment. And you better, I'll say this, if you're going to do that, you best be doing everything in your power, because the last thing you can be doing is calling people out and then they could call you back out. So I think obviously Lucas Van Ness's comments on JJ doesn't, when everybody was healthy, he was playing minimal amount of snaps. I think he made one of the most critical plays of the season in that Bear game. He has been, I think he gives a ton of effort. And I am not in the business of calling guys out for effort. And we always have this discussion, Jason, about, a team coming out flat. There's some games you're just not executing, and it's really difficult to gin up juice and to gin up that energy when you're not playing well. And offensively, if you're not getting first downs and you can't stay on the field, which wasn't the case on Saturday, but you start pressing. And I think defensively, you get pummeled a little bit. Sometimes you start playing back on your heels a little bit more. And I feel like that's kind of how it played. So I'm not going to say guys weren't giving monstrous effort. I will say the tackling, which has been so good all year. Every broadcaster has brought up, they don't miss tackles. Well, that wasn't the case on Saturday. They did miss tackles. And I do think there were some guys that I don't know if they were as willing. It felt more preseason-ish, which, by the way, will be Sunday. Sunday's a preseason game, FYI. It felt like that on Saturday, and that can't happen when you're still in the mix for a division title. You have to, and I think this is where JJ is probably talking, Derrick Henry is a monster of a man, and he still runs he still moves. You have to be willing to throw yourself in there. And unfortunately, I don't remember, was it Haddon? One of the guys got hurt. And I think it was on maybe a...
And he threw himself in there big time.
And I get it, man. It sucks. And they didn't even show the replay because it was, I guess, gruesome, and I'm fine with that. It takes what it takes. This is a brutal business, and if you got to be all in. And in the preseason, it's not. People kind of, this was for a chance to still hang in there to win a division, and that's where I think a lot of people are disappointed, including, sounds like JJ.
He was, and I will get that audio for you so you can hear how Matt LaFleur answered my question, since I'm adding that to my responsibilities on this program. I look forward to doing that. I'm happy to do it. I just needed to know I was doing it. So I will get on that right away after.
I'm not sure Jesse, did Jesse get that policy passed through before he decided
I think Jesse, I think Jesse forgot that he's not in a management position, and he can't just decree that sort of stuff.
Look at the eye roller. What's up, big eye roller?
Jesse, the floor is yours.
I have nothing to say.
Jell, did you stay awake? I had people texting about the Peacock and all the other stuff. Did you stay awake for the game?
Yes. Yeah. Night games, I have no problem.
It was an entertaining game, right?
Very entertaining game. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I went in for first time I ever went into the game with my brother-in-law, Chris. We had a wonderful time.
Okay.
It was a fantastic night. Fun, entertaining game. Wish the defense would have played better. A lot of points. And we were really hoping Malik Willis was going to have a Matt Flynn kind of night, and he was on track to do so until he had to leave the game.
Was anybody else shocked to see that stat that compared Malik Willis to Don Majkowski? 285 yards passing and 60 yards rushing. First time since the Magic Man. And I was literally thinking, like, the Magic Man? I didn't know he had those kind of wheels.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I'm at some point we're gonna get into the quarterback controversy.
There is.
That's a little bit of a touchy subject for me because I don't want to criticize other people. I'm not comfortable doing that, but I will frame it this way. That was not an angle that I had thought of going into yesterday's press conference. Jesse, did you want me to get that?
Did you
want me
think
to get
of it
that
after?
clip too? I didn't ask that question.
Don't. I think Jesse's irritated, so I don't know if you want to keep poking him. You can.
I do.
Okay.
He got a text from the boss after he said that. It's awesome. I'm enjoying it.
I'm going to refrain from anything I'm going to say. I think that's a good thing for me to do right now.
Jowl.
Been asking for years for everybody to send over Jason's questions when he asks them at the press conference when we share all this stuff, and then no one does it.
All right, I'll let you guys sit on the couch. Hey, why don't you guys all go sit on the couch? Yeah, go sit on the couch. You guys can figure that out. I have to admit, 2-3 weeks ago after that Bear game, I'm thinking we're cashing everything, baby, at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Everything.
I forgot about this.
We're literally in a position now
This isn't good.
Must win.
where we can lose it all. And I actually believe we're going to lose it all. Now, it's still fun. We had a lot of fun with this, 5 months. But son of a biscuit. I mean, we're down at Hard Rock Casino Rockford Sportsbook in May and June. We got Jordan Love MVP at big numbers. And after the Bear game, he's in third place. They probably wasn't going to do it, but if didn't work. That ain't happening. All right, we're winning the division. Oh, the Lions filled their britches. Oh, but you just beat the Bears. Well, then we lose. That bet, ripped, gone. We ain't winning the division. 9.5 wins? Well, we're at 9 wins before December. That's a gimme. Ha! Not anymore. But you know what? We still had a great time at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Great time.
Great sports book, great food,
Yep.
table games, slots all over the place, and they have a great high-limit room experience that delivers premium table games tailored for discerning players with enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on a soft 17, which gives you that much better odds, faster play, and authentic high-limit action that sets the Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. The good news is, if the Packers are able to win, it's only a 60-minute drive for Jesse to go cash our 9.5. Should have had more. We didn't. But it is 60 minutes right off of I-90 down in Rockford, Illinois. A great experience down at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. What a roller coaster.
I'm not
coaster this is.
I'm not happy that you guys are on the precipice.
No, you kind of are. I can see it.
No, it's not that. It's you nailed it, and I had forgotten about it till you mentioned it. But like, I seriously, like, I thought we were, well, not me because I didn't put in, but I thought you were cashing. I thought you were cashing that a month ago.
Yeah.
And now suddenly here we come down to a game where we don't know who's going to play. And it's a must-win for old T and Gel.
Clayton Toon's going to have to win us that big bet at the Hard Rock.
In Tune we trust.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember, I think subliminally, I thought we'd lose to Denver. I said that back in April, May, whatever the schedule came out. Remember when I tried to say we should sell our tickets?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you said, oh, you could. And Jason, of course, went, oh, you can do that? Oh, I didn't know that was something that was doable. But
what
you
is
did.
That voice?
It's not a shot. It's my Yogi Bear Jason. I don't, like, things you should know that you don't. That's my Jason voice. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. My Yogi Bear Wildy voice, which I think is fun. And I think I thought subliminally this could happen. And unfortunately it has. Very irritating.
Yeah, irritating. Kind of like, oh, hey, boo-boo, let's go find a picnic basket. All right, I want to get to calls. We'll talk about the quarterback controversy and the effort problems later in the program. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We'll get to your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Whether you're hitting the road for the holidays or heading up north to see family and friends, make Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan your first stop. Just across the Wisconsin border, Higher Love offers award-winning, organically grown products that you can trust, plus new incense, apparel, and holiday-ready gifts. Fuel your trip, stock up for the season, and don't forget to grab a photo with Sasquatch while you're here. Your perfect holiday stop is waiting at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Discount liquor. There's nothing quite as celebratory as popping open a bottle of bubbly and pouring a crisp glass of champagne. And we do it pretty often on New Year's Eve. But have you ever wondered why? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. The tradition of toasting champagne dates back to the 17th century, when a monk named Dom Perignon perfected the wine bottling process. At the time, bubbly wine caused bottles to explode. Perignon made the bottle thicker and added a cage that prevents the cork from popping. It was an expensive process, so champagne was saved for special occasions, like celebrating a new year. Let Discount Liquor help you with our tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. And yes, we do stock hundreds of champagnes and bubblies from around the world, suitable for all budgets. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse, followed by an evening of comedy in Club 41. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
It's another 3 looking at his bench as he retreats the other way. Tonight on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Yeah, that's what was so baffling, I would say, is, just sitting in there with the defensive staff today and just that hasn't been a trend. That hasn't been something that has really happened throughout the course of the season. For it to show up in that game is really bothersome.
That is Matt LaFleur baffled by the Packers' run defense. Hall of Fame player, but still baffling how bad it was.
Jason, when you asked Matt and everybody after the game, what do they think the reason for allowing that to happen?
Got to watch the film.
Just that Derrick Henry's.
But
didn't you talk to him yesterday after they watched the film?
I did. So that was and I thought Bill Huber, some of us are better at asking follow-up questions than others.
Sure.
But Matt LaFleur, I asked about the running game. I'll get that clip for you, Jesse, in a minute.
Oh boy, you're poking old bear. You're poking the jelly bear today, aren't you?
I am, and look how pouty he is. Like he's got his
jelly.
chin
I just
out.
want to make sure you know I am not poking you. I'm trying to pull the stick back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new year coming soon.
Wait, are you starting New Year's resolutions ahead of time?
Maybe. Yeah, why not?
Listen, this is Tausch's last show of 2025.
That's true.
Good to know.
True. No more checking the tape.
Thank you.
Wait,
nope.
I was going to take Friday off, too.
Year.
So much for that. Here's my question.
That'll be Jan's second.
That's 2026.
Right? Friday.
Oh, that's true. We'll be underway already. Oh,
yeah.
then maybe I will.
Yeah.
Okay. I did ask him that, and what was baffling to him was how many missed alignments and missed assignments there were.
Huh.
Guys that were supposed to, if we want you to line up as a zero technique, head up on the center, we don't want you to line up as a shade. We want you to line up as a zero. And apparently, people didn't do that. So, and Bill Huber, the follow-up was essentially paraphrased, how the hell is that happening in Week 17?
Did we hear sloppy? I can't listen to another. It's sloppy at the
It
end
was
of the
not.
season.
No, it was not sloppy. But it lends credence to, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you're the former player on this panel. If you're not all focused and completely invested, do you make mental lapses like that, like lining up incorrectly? Does that happen?
No, not at the end of seasons. And I
so then
understand
why would that happen?
Well, so here's what I would say. I think after Micah got hurt, I do think they probably are trying to do more stuff. Like, I think when Micah was lined up on one edge, or they moved him around. But you know what? They still moved him all over the place. Guys have to know their coaches would always tell you, man, I can get any old Tom, Blank, or Harry to line up and just be aligned properly. Now, that doesn't mean they can make a play and get in the backfield. Just like it doesn't take anybody to just line up and take a snap. You have to do something with it. You can't have alignment. That comes down to focus and knowing your assignment. And if you can't do that, you shouldn't be out there. Period.
Although they have some limited options right now on who can be out there, and they have a $96 million player who played less than 50% of the snaps on Saturday night. We'll get to that coming up. Let's get to your calls first.
He's not a big snap count. He's not a big
I've heard that.
count.
Not a high snap count guy. Just a high salary guy?
That might be. If we get knocked out as a 7 seed again, I think that might be the quote for the year for this team.
Like, relax.
That is one of. I actually
run the table. He's not a high snap count guy.
One of the fun things you could start compiling as the year goes is almost like nominating. This has a potential to be quote of the year, and know if we sound it, put it on the sounder, it's at least in my mind. When I heard that, I chuckled and I thought that's absurd. That needs to be in the running. I don't know what the other quotes are. That is something, as we're doing New Year's resolutions today too. I want that to be part of it. I know Jesse doesn't farm up clips anymore, so whoever is going to do that, well, Jesse knows I'm joking. That needs to be. I think it's fun, and that quote, it's not fun, and unfortunately, it's been very true.
Let's get to the phones. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the carbless talking text line. Less is more. Let's begin in Chicago with Thomas in Chicago. Thomas, good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I will say losing on Saturday night and having Sunday off is a real break from football than losing on Sunday and then talking to you guys. I will say that.
So that means you're in a better frame of mind then?
Get an extra day.
No, I'm just more angry because more thoughts and dark thoughts have gone through my head.
Oh, really?
So it's worse. Okay, good to know.
Oh boy.
All right, the floor is yours.
So I think the whole floor, I'm like the whole new voice, and I don't know about you, Jason, from like a writer's perspective. I think everyone has a different perspective of like the same monotone, same answers, not going into detail. But like I think it's 50-50 on the players and on the coaching staff. Let's not begin with we lost to the Browns, the Panthers, and tied with the Cowboys. And if I told a Packers fan that, they'd be like, oh, that's just Matt LaFleur putting down the competition. But then it's also about the players not being bought in because do I think there's a talent gap of just not having good enough players? Yes, because I think when you look at the Rams, their front lines are Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner, Byron Young, and then look at their defensive backs, it's full of studs. But I think with the whole effort level, I think it's 50-50. It's on the players, but it's also on the coaching staff to bring it out of players. You look at the great motivators and schemers of Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDonald. Those are the top teams we're trying to compete with. still with Jason. I think it's 50-50. I think it's both players and the coaches.
So Thomas, I agree with you on that, and for being more ticked off with a Sunday without football, I thought that was a really good point. What I would say, and the question I would ask in response of you, Tausch, Goody Stan, is this one of those areas where, and they're the youngest team in the league for the third straight year, but they're an experienced young team. But I wonder if this is also maybe where some measure of immaturity and not having enough, like, truly warhorse-type veterans in the locker room is a problem with this theory. And I want to give credit to Brandon, who tweeted this to me, and I bookmarked his tweet because it's something that I do want to kind of explore both on the show and if Goody ever talks to us again, because he has not talked this season. He's supposed to talk during the season. He has not done that. I would say this. It concerns me that maybe immaturity is the drawback to youth, and you don't have the same level of focus or professionalism, and I don't know if that's true or not. I just think it's something that is worth talking about and thinking about. Do you view that as part of this equation or not?
Yeah, so here's what I would say. The best teams that I was a part of, you had enough youthful ignorance that you don't know how big the moments are, and then you have enough veterans that get it, because as a young player, you just think this thing is going to keep on rolling. And then you start finding out the brutality of the business and how quick things change, and opportunities only come along so often, and how hard it is to get there. But there is something. I don't want us to be an old football team.
I understand that.
Do I want to have a couple of guys around that can still play? Because you can't. I am not of the belief you can just have old guys that are just like in the locker room as a coach.
Sure.
Hire him as a coach. Mm-hmm. But if there are guys that can still contribute and really help with the maturity of the team. Rob Davis is a great example for me. He was basically, he was the long snapper forever. But I'm telling you, he had a pulse on the team, and he would go and have those conversations, kind of like what JJ was talking about.
Yeah.
He'd have those conversations, and everybody respected everything he had to say. And I don't know who that guy is, if there is that guy, but trust me, we had battles between offensive line and wide receivers. We've talked about that one team meeting way back in 2009. There are always these little issues that you have to address and figure out. And maybe JJ's speech the other night will open up some of those communication lines and figure it out, because the last thing you want to have – so I don't want to go old. I think Goody's approach is the right one, and I think it's proven true more often than not. But Davante Adams, there are certain guys that I think if you're still super productive, it's not a bad thing to have a couple old salty war horses that still perform, have perspective, and can help showcase that perspective, because Charles Woodson is another great example. Everybody listened when he spoke. And when Charles would tell you before a playoff run, or if we had a bad game, everybody would listen, and even if it's subliminally, the focus would crank up. And I don't know if that's what's happening. I'm not in that locker room, so I don't know. But that you need some of those. It's almost like an alarm clock of, you know what, man, we need to get moving. It can't just stay steady the whole time.
The example I would use, and he certainly is not Charles Woodson in terms of accomplishment, but the guy that they did not re-sign that I think fits this bill is Eric Wilson. Now, it's worked out great for Eric Wilson in Minnesota. He's forced 4 fumbles. He started 15 games for them on defense. He has 6.5 sacks, one fewer than Rashawn Gary. But he was one of those guys. Like, he was that guy to Quay. He was that guy to Edgerrin Cooper. He was on every special teams unit. And because he has celebrated his 31st birthday in September, they did not try to re-sign him. Bisaccia, and we all have different opinions on Bisaccia, but Bisaccia loved him. I mean, this is a guy that did all those things you're talking about and set that example, who has been in the NFL since 2017. So I think, because there's a few folks in the YouTube comments saying that's not an excuse. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm using it as a criticism. And I'm not saying, because I agree with you, overall, I think the way Goody builds this roster is the right way to do it. I am not a... Again, I make this joke all the time. If I was the GM, Jordy would still be lining up at wide receiver.
Yep.
But I get it. You can't do that. I understand that. But there are the sprinklers, as you would call them. I don't think they have enough of those, and I don't think that's something that they have done enough of.
I totally agree with you on that. And by the way, those sprinklers are usually one-year deals that aren't back-breaking contracts. They're If you don't want to sign a 31-year-old offensive lineman to a 5-year extension and pay him a bunch of money, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to add a 1-year veteran wideout or a 1-year veteran linebacker that, by the way, can contribute on special teams and be a great locker room guy, I'm all for it. And the Josh Jacobs thing last week really bothered me. When you kind of mentioned how that all played out, Josh Jacobs is that guy. Like, if you ask me right now who you would say, who is your leaders vocally and in that locker room, Josh Jacobs seems like he'd be that guy. And when he doesn't understand what's going on, that's troubling to me from the outside.
And I will say they clearly communicated to him better this week going into Saturday. And I think he's probably going to sit on Sunday. But let me ask you this. Given his contract situation, given how Goody wants to be very cautious with aging players, they can save $8 million in cap room if they move on from Josh Jacobs. For me, the way my brain is wired, that's one step short of, do we have a quarterback controversy? But maybe I have a blind spot. I don't know if he's back next year, despite everything that he brings to the locker room. And that's the kind of thing that I'm referring to. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not saying that Goody is, please don't misunderstand me or soundgraph me as saying that Goody's going to get rid of Josh Jacobs. But I don't think that's off the table.
I'm going to tell you this, and I haven't spot tracked him or looked at the deal. He ain't coming back on the deal that he's got. He's either going to get a new deal that will spread it out, or he's going to go look around. I think he should be back, but he's getting to that age. And by the way, has he had a great year? I don't know. I think he's been good, but he's been banged up. You can tell he's worn. Now, a lot of that is O-line. I get all of those things. But to act as if Josh Jacobs is 100% going to be back on this roster next year, no, absolutely not.
And he's at 929 rushing yards going into the last game, which I don't think he's going to play in. Tausch, we got to get some more calls. We don't quite have full phone lines yet, so if you want to get in, we do have space for you, 844-770-30.
Feels like it was 6 weeks ago. I know. It does. Old boy just got on, and he's still mad. This is where a day is really good for me, because I just couldn't believe what I watched, and then yesterday I just had a nice fun day, and today I'm kind of like I did at the end of the postgame show. I'm kind of on to Chicago. Like, I know we're going to do a postgame show this week. I'm going to be very short, and it's good because this is a preseason game that's coming up. It is. Bishop's Charity. I think we Bishop's Charity this bad boy. See if we can get them to sponsor it. Make this a bowl game.
Very excited to
play for the Axe.
I think we should turn this into a bowl game and have some fun with it.
Well, maybe we could call it the Tito's Bowl then.
Well, that would be something. Tito's over the holidays. It's been fantastic. You just mix up. Now you have They don't even know what's actually going on these 2 weeks, right? You don't know if you're working. You want to sit down and just mix up a Tito's and Sprite, mix up a Tito's and a tonic, or you want to go Bloody Mary. Just make sure it's always Tito's in your glass. They make great drinks, and they partner and give back in a big way to the communities, partnering with nonprofits and doing real good communities across the country, especially for our four-legged friends. So the next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's handmade vodka, crafted to be savored responsibly. By the way, Jason, I'm going to try – might have a guest appearance again later in the show that might shock you.
It won't shock me. I think I know who it is.
Okay.
And I hope that he is having an impact on you, so someday you'll get your family a dog.
He has. He has had an impact.
I'm glad to hear that. By the way, just to be clear, if the Bears beat the Lions, they get the number 2 seed, and the Packers will go to Chicago. Yep. If the Bears lose to the Lions and the Eagles beat the Commanders, they will go to Philly, I believe.
We don't want
that works.
I know we put a poll up. I think I sent Jesse. And Jesse, great job getting that poll in the field early. Really preemptively well done. Boy, you look like a beaten down dog right now. Look at Jell. Put yourself back up there. Look at you. You look beaten down, a little scruff on the beard, a little pouty in the eyes. He's frustrated.
Very pouty.
Jealous.
Very pouty.
But we don't want to go to Philly. We go to Philly, our season's done. We go to Chicago, I think we advance. Maybe I'm delusional. That's how I feel.
I agree with you. I agree with Tausch. Put on the T-shirt. We'll get to your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers dropped their third straight game, falling to the Baltimore Ravens at Lambeau Field on Saturday night. Despite 3 touchdowns from Malik Willis, Green Bay's defense couldn't slow down a Ravens rushing attack that piled up 307 yards on the ground. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
Humbling night. Give Baltimore a ton of credit. They came in here and were in complete control of the whole game. And unfortunately, it wasn't up to our standard in regards to how we played, how we coached, and that's what happens.
The Packers look to bounce back in their regular season finale on the road in Minnesota against the Vikings.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We are here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
The Packers dropped their third straight game, falling to the Baltimore Ravens at Lambeau Field on Saturday night. Despite 3 touchdowns from Malik Willis, Green Bay's defense couldn't slow down a Ravens rushing attack that piled up 307 yards on the ground. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
Humbling night. give Baltimore a ton of credit. They came in here and were in complete control of the whole game, and unfortunately it wasn't up to our standard in regards to how we played, how we coached, and that's what happens.
The Packers look to bounce back in their regular season finale on the road in Minnesota against the Vikings.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN, brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
One of my favorites. And it doesn't cost us a penny. Let's get to another call from the Carbless Talking text line 844-770-3776. He became an offshoot of the defunct 565 Analytics. He opened a boutique that kept track of our bold predictions. It is Eric in Green Bay. Eric, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. Doing all right. How are you guys doing?
Good. Tausch did not fire you by extension. Is that correct?
No, he's still good. No.
From your volunteers.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it was going to be one of those situations where, right, if I just kept showing up to work and acted like everything was normal, people wouldn't realize and I could keep my job. So I think we're okay right now. I was a little worried you brought it up there, Jason.
I'm here to help.
Yeah, so I think like emotionally from that Packer game, it's more flat than anything else, and I think the toughest part of it was like had Chicago, like we played first, right? So had Chicago played and lost, essentially making this last game preseason for us, I don't think anybody really would have cared. But it's not just like 3 losses in a row, but it's the storylines with them, right? With Denver, it's obviously the Micah Parsons injury, losing your most talented player, and there's amongst a lot of the fan base that feeling like the season's over already. And then just kind of the flat ending to that game and interception and 2 downs in the fourth quarter and losing by 8. Then the next week, obviously, we lose in the most improbable of ways, and it was just like this sitting of jubilation, like, right? Like Love goes out, Malik Willis comes in, Emmanuel Wilson's playing. Like it just seemed like everyone was rallying around everyone, and like the stars were lining up, and like it felt like a team. And then to lose the way they did, now it's like, all right, so you got Denver with Parsons, you got Chicago, and then this just kind of felt like a little bit like rock bottom. I don't know if anybody else feels the same here, but it's like I'm almost mad I'm not more mad. Like it felt like we weren't playing for anything.
Look, I am, if I was a fan, and we will get to the clip a little bit later in the program, but Matt LaFleur did not dispute the J.J. Enagbare theorem, hypothesis, opinion, whatever it was.
Yeah.
He didn't dispute that. Also, there was no emotional, impassioned defense of Rashawn Gary either, including when Tausch's favorite beat writer, Tom Silverstein, Spoon, as we call him, followed up and asked if there was any injury or illness, to which Matt LaFleur said no. And then there was silence, and then he added, "Well, everybody's dealing with something at this point, body." But I cut that clip too. So Jesse will have that as well. So I just don't.
The big clip cutter.
That's me. Not to be confused with clip. So I don't. I agree with you, Eric. Like, that's how it felt. I would argue that there was basically one aspect of their game that was blank and awful, and that was their run defense, right? And they still, what bothered me, and this was, I mean, I want to say I called Matt LaFleur out. That's not what I did. But he agreed with me after I said it, because his opening statement on Saturday night included that they controlled the whole game. And I said, well, wait a minute.
No blank blank.
They didn't.
No blank blank. Okay.
Because here's the thing. It's 27-17. And the Packers defensively get a stop, finally, by some act of God. J.J. Enagbare throws Derrick Henry for a 5-yard loss on 2nd and 9 to set up a 3rd and 14. Yep. They end up checking it down, punting. Packers go in and score, right? Second, I think it was the second of the 2 touchdown runs that Malik Willis had. It's 27-24. Ravens get the ball back, and they have a 3rd and 5 at their own 20-yard line. They are not controlling the game in that moment. The Packers have Big Mo. Get a stop on 3rd and 5, and you're getting the ball back with a chance to tie or take the lead in the third quarter. And instead, what happens? What happens? 9-yard gain for Derrick Henry on 3rd and 5, 30-yard gain the next run. Now you're starting the fourth quarter, and they've got the momentum again. They go in and score to make it 30, whatever it was. 34, 24, whatever it was. It was. I mean,
listen, man, I want to agree with you, but I can't, because you have to make that stop. Otherwise, it's just whatever. Like, you make that stop, yeah, it's
right,
3rd and 5.
To me, that was the play of the game. You're back in it if you get that stop on 3rd and 5.
Even with all that, if
and I think Rashawn Gary came off the field for that play,
picked,
by the way.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but to act as if to act as if Baltimore didn't control that game, they picked up 9 on a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, there's always pivotal plays. I would argue getting stuffed on the 4th and 1 and then fumble. I still think, if you've seen that video that goes around, Jesse, I'm sure you have, where the dude is a goaltender in soccer and he's getting the ball hits off his face, and then they put him in a chair and the ball hits off his face, and they keep putting him out there in these shootouts, and he keeps making stops with the ball hitting him in the face. It's like it's a kid's video. Eleanor showed it to me. And then I watched the game on Saturday, and that snap that hits old boy in the face was exactly like that. Those 2 plays are what lost the. I mean, this was a shootout. This was the anatomy. The game was an anatomy of a shootout, and we butchered 2. Baltimore didn't, and that's why we lost.
We will get to more of your calls in the 10 o'clock hour, which we will be starting as if Brian Bulaga was here. I want to remind you that if you have been, I hope you never have to make the call. I tell you that all the time. And look, David Gruber does too. He hopes you don't have to make the call, but if you do suffer an injury and you do need representation, there's only one call to make, and that's to Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. The call is free, the first consultation is free, and you don't pay until they win your case. But more importantly, they are there. They have the experience of 40 years. They're the best in the business for a reason. So go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more, and then make the call if you need to. 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. We'll get to the 10 o'clock hour when we'll have more than one call from you on the Carbless Talk and Text line in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Begins now. Jesse, thanks, by the way, not for cutting my questions and answers, but for keeping Matt Carney at the top of the 10 o'clock hour. I know you have to do some jiggering with the YouTube stream to be able to keep that, but it's great to, I still enjoy hearing
our
Matt.
Apologies to anyone on the video stream. You do not hear the dulcet tones right now, but the rest of us do. So...
I appreciate that.
Is he a royalty guy, though? Does he get royalties?
He is. Yeah, so that's why we don't.
Yeah.
Now, and I have said this. I think we're pretty good friends now.
You guys are boys.
I think he would say, you guys can use all my stuff. Thanks for playing my music.
Okay.
But I don't think YouTube would. It's kind of like those commercials for whatever the company is that you can do like your will, which I should do, on like online, and the guy like pops up and says, "No, doesn't count."
Yep.
I think that's what YouTube would do if we said, "Hey, Matt Carney told us we could use all his music," and they would say, "Nope, doesn't count."
As a radio station, we pay a fee to be able to play music all we want, and YouTube and other streaming platforms say, "Don't care," and that's how we get flagged for stuff. So, yeah.
What a world. What a world.
We lost Tausch. She lost interest in that. Let's get back to your calls. 844-770-3776. Let's go up to Minneapolis, where we will have a preseason game, the Bishop's Charities game, per Tausch.
Tito's Bowl. I like that idea. Tito's Bowl up there.
Thank you very much. Maybe Evan Cohen will be the sideline reporter. Let's go to Patrick in Minneapolis. Patrick, good morning. Thanks for holding on. What do you got for us?
You guys aren't really high volume call guys, are you?
We usually are. Today we have dawdled a little bit and kept you on hold just so it feels like we're higher volume than we actually are.
Okay, fair enough. I appreciate the transparency. This is going to be a little Wilde-esque here. I'll give you an anecdote followed by a question. Jason, a number of years ago, you were on a Saturday segment of like an ESPN Wisconsin show, and you shared that you were on the call from the Mall of America's amusement park, formerly known as Camp Snoopy. And now I live about 15 minutes from the mall, and so my firstborn son, Vince, and I hauled blank over there to try to find you. And the end of the story is this. It turns out there's a lot of middle-aged white dudes in sports hoodies out and about in this Midwestern metropolis, and they all kind of look alike. So no luck there. My question then is this. Jason, will you be making the haul to the Twin Cities to cover Tausch's Tito's Bowl?
I will be. We're actually going to go on Friday. That's why I was considering maybe having Jesse slide into my chair. That was a late decision once we knew that the game was on Sunday. So, yeah, I'll be there. So I'll let you know which hoodie I'm wearing. So I'm easier to find.
There you go. Hey, I'd appreciate
Why
the
are
pro
you going
tip.
to this
That'd
game?
be great.
Because when
just for a vacation?
Yeah.
When we made plans for me to cover this game,
okay.
Also, it is on CBS, which is, as you may or may not know, WISC is an affiliate of CBS. So we have the game. So that is exciting for us
Channel
as well.
3000.
Yeah, this game is going to blow.
Now,
I'm not going to sit here.
If you would be so kind, I know we don't sell ice cream at Channel 3000, but if you could not say this game is going to blow, that would be great.
No, I find that this is intriguing to me. What goes into it now?
Patrick,
if it's all
what other thoughts did you have on your call?
I just wanted
being
to
honest.
stir the pot, I guess.
In fairness, the Badgers
You
game.
did.
The Badgers game that was on Channel 3 also blew this year.
Okay.
Well, let's end on maybe a positive. I don't know. They're in the playoffs, and despite being the 7th seed, all the teams above them are, I think beatable. Philly seems to be finding their groove at the right time, and I'd rather go to Chicago with the hopes that a galvanizing win could shift momentum. Don't have a ton of faith they can beat 3 in a row, but I'd love to be proven wrong. And at least they have it. So you're telling me there's a chance, is what it comes down to.
Indeed. There's also a chance that I'll see you on Saturday at Nickelodeon Universe. Thanks, Patrick. We appreciate the call. You know what doesn't?
I'm telling you, Patrick, I think puts that perfectly.
Yeah.
You get one win in the playoffs, man. I'm telling you, momentum is a hell of a deal. And this is not. If the Rams had the 1 seed, I would say we don't have a shot because we'd go to LA, we'd get beat. If San Fran ends up with the 1 seed, which is very possible, I watched their defense get torched by a team that couldn't score a point against us until the last 3 minutes. Okay? So all of a sudden, I'm not saying, but I ain't saying it ain't. You end up with Chicago and San Fran. I've seen crazier blank happen. That's all I'm saying. San Francisco, this isn't. If Freddie Varner and Bosa were still healthy, I would say not happening. But they ain't.
Well.
And by the way, if Micah, again, ifs and buts are candy nuts, we'd all have a merry good old Christmas. If we had Tucker Kraft and we had Micah, we're the 2 seed, maybe the 1 seed. Nobody can prove that, so you can tell me I'm a blowhard. Fine, I don't care. It's how I feel.
I'm blowing.
So this thing, while it feels like, and we always do this, the problem is Sunday you could say, well, this will be a momentum builder. No. And I'm not going to poo-poo because it's the Channel 3000 Bowl, it sounds like, up in Minnesota. So I ain't going to poo-poo it. I love Bernsey and the whole team over there. But this game Sunday,
thanks.
Whether we win or lose or how it plays out, it ain't going to have
a great
jack
show,
to
too,
do.
by the way. FBI is fantastic.
It ain't going to have jack to do with what we do in Chicago the following week. It's just not.
Speaking of things that blow, the wind blows. And luckily, Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin do not. They block it instead.
No, indeed it does. And it might be hard to find a good bargain during the shopping season, but Pella wants to make everybody's holiday brighter and clearer through beautiful new windows. And you just, man, the holidays. Now we got a little snow again. Not that blech, rainy and blech. Now you can look out and you see snowflakes hitting. If you want to put here's what I envision, Jason. You're sitting in a nice upright chair. You got a pipe with a little ashtray right next to you, and you're just looking out with the wind, staying outside, and the snow just fluttering against those beautiful windows, and you have that beautiful view. And right now, pay 0 interest for up to 24 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hurry up. This deal ends December 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvie on Thursday, January 29th for Andy North Trivia Night presented by Exact Sciences. Enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and along with the trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6. Visit AndyNorthandFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
The Packers dropped their third straight game, falling to the Baltimore Ravens at Lambeau Field on Saturday night. Despite 3 touchdowns from Malik Willis, Green Bay's defense couldn't slow down a Ravens rushing attack that piled up 307 yards on the ground. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
Humbling night. Give Baltimore a ton of credit. They came in here and were in complete control the whole game, and unfortunately it wasn't up to our standard in regards to how we played, how we coached, and that's what happens.
The Packers look to bounce back in their regular season finale on the road in Minnesota against the Vikings.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Oh, Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
The holidays are full of moments worth saving. Family dinners, cozy nights, holiday parties that last all night. And Carbless makes every one of them better. Crisp, refreshing, and full of flavor. 0 sugars, 0 carbs, and only 100 calories and gluten-free. Carbless is the gift that keeps on giving. A guilt-free cocktail that never compromises on taste, turning every sip into a little celebration. This season, bring bliss to every holiday moment with Carbless. Full of flavor, no compromise.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold the lie with sportswear too. You pay a fortune for big name gear, a fancy logo, and a slogan, and it still stinks. Then I found Iron Jock, and now it's all I wear. It's built on science. Their silver ion technology is woven right into the fabric. It kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria, and it never washes out, ever. Get yours today at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
such a banger.
Boy, I hope this stays royalty free because this is good. I put this on my playlist.
This one, and then there's one that sounds like it's a version of a Boston tune. It's got kind of a Boston feel, the band, but not the city. If we could bring back some of that royalty-free Christmas music at some point next season when the holidays arrive, that'd be great as well.
Hey, boys, quick question for you. I know the 1 seed is not decided in either conference yet.
That's correct.
And I don't know if I might pull back on my most important 1 seed depending on who wins it. If you had to predict right now who's playing in Santa Clara in February, who you picking?
I'm picking the Rams.
Okay.
Who I know have had their issues.
And I think the Rams, Jason, I think the Rams need to be the 5 seed to do it. Okay, continue.
Okay. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm picking New England.
Okay.
Look, further evidence, and I guess he was part of this equation, right? He was the head coach down there at the time with Malik Willis, right? But Mike Vrabel's a hell of a coach, man. And the fact that they got rid of him in Tennessee tells you how dysfunctional Tennessee's organization is, right?
Yeah, their ownership group is a hot mess.
Yeah. But so that would be how I would answer that question today. I reserve the right to change my mind. Where do you fall on that?
So if Seattle gets the 1 seed and beats San Francisco, which is what I expect to happen, I got Seattle, and I'm with you. I think New England's the best team in that side.
Okay. We will see how it plays out.
The sleeper, if Houston can win the division, which Jacksonville almost gagged it away yesterday, nobody wants to play Houston.
You're right about that.
All right.
I still think Philadelphia is going to win the NFC.
They get some favorable matchups. I don't want Green Bay. I don't think Green Bay's beating Philly, so I don't want to see that matchup. We need to play the Bears.
Philadelphia plays defense and they run the football. They can't do a lot else great, but they do
don't
enough.
Run the football. What game have you been watching?
Well, they don't run the football as well as they should.
All.
I have a feeling like there's going to be this switch that they flip that Saquon Barkley is going to get going in the playoffs because that's
and maybe run Jalen a little bit more.
Right?
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
They are capable of running the football. How about that? They are not that they have, but they are capable of it, and they've shown us before.
Let's get back to the phones. Let's go to Tim in Milwaukee on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 844-770-3776. Then we'll get to Reggie and Mo and Jason and Ron and Rock and Scott. But Tim, you're first. Tim, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Thanks for taking my call.
Ooh, thanks for
had a
holding
long time to think about my oh, sure, I was going to say it's been a journey to get here, but here I am. I also take it from this listening to the show for the last hour and a half that Jason's a huge Rashawn Gary fan. But my question, I've had a long time to think about the new question I wanted to ask because I've listened for a while, is a difficult one to maybe do now, but taking a step back from next week in Minnesota, playing Chicago or Philly, where do you guys see sort of the team bigger picture moving forward? Obviously, injuries have played a big role, but whatever happens in the playoffs, things can happen. But currently, where we are right now, what is the big picture takeaway as fans should have about the team for the rest of this season, obviously, but more importantly, even like into next season?
I like the big picture question. Yeah, no, this is a great question. And I want to let me. Because I try not to be this guy, so I just want to clarify. I don't have anything against Rashawn Gary personally. I really don't. Our relationship is fine when he's in the locker room. I don't think he's a bad guy, any of those things. I just don't understand. And you and I, one of our more heated discussions and arguments has been over him being elite once upon a time. And again, he tore his ACL. Lots of guys have and have come back better. And as you have taught us, every ACL tear is different. I have a hard time saying that what appears to be questionable effort at times is related to his ACL tear several seasons ago. Like, I just think that there is a responsibility for first-round picks. There's a responsibility for highly paid players. And especially when he's one of their veteran guys. We just got done talking about veteran players.
Got a C on his chest.
Yeah, he's a seventh-year guy. Like, yeah. I don't think it's wrong to say that they need more from him. I don't think that's harsh criticism by me. To Tim's point, look, there are a lot of big-picture questions here. We mentioned Josh Jacobs earlier. We talked about Rashawn Gary. I mean, I have colleagues, not the same ones that think there's a quarterback controversy, other colleagues who think Matt LaFleur will not be the coach next year. That is their opinion. Now, I think you go down to Chicago and beat the Bears and win a playoff game as the 7th seed. I think that wipes that off the table.
What if they lose?
I don't think that is wiped off the table. I don't know.
So you're one of your own colleagues?
No, I don't know. I'm not. No, I'm not saying that it will.
Just asked you.
This guy is saying yes, and I said I don't think it's off the table. Not the same as my colleague who thinks if they don't win a playoff game, he will be fired. I don't think that.
Okay. Hey,
now, on
thanks
top
for the
of that,
clarification.
You're welcome.
Don't get so mad when somebody follows up with you. Don't get mad when people follow up.
That wasn't a follow-up.
Big J's all about, right?
You're basically one of your own colleagues. So here's
Jesse liked it. Jesse thought it was apropos. Yeah, he did.
I have a colleague who's upset about our audio clipping situation around here. And it's me.
He's a jerk, too, calling you out on air. That colleague's a jerk store.
Are you done?
Yes. Continue.
So I understand that is also part of the big picture question that Tim is asking, because I don't know. And here's the problem. Who the hell knows what Ed Policy thinks? Because the argument that I hear from people who think, oh, yeah, he might fire him, is that, hey, his dad fired Bill Walsh.
Sure.
Which is not wrong, right? I just...
let me tell you something. My old man would work 20 hours a day combining fields for other people. Just because your dad does something doesn't mean you're going to. I'm not doing that.
Right. No, you're definitely not. Although you could have if you wanted to, because you know how to operate a combine. Right? You do know how to operate that, right? Yeah, sure. Fill up a silo.
I wouldn't want to have to go harvest a bunch of corn right now. I'd figure it out. Those things are basically autopilots now anyway.
As long as it's not 3 out of tree, you've got it under control.
Hit a button and you're good.
Let's get to another call. That's a deep cut, by the way. If you didn't get that reference, sorry.
I didn't get that
driving
reference.
on the belt line.
No, when I blew the truck up because I couldn't shift because it's 3 on a tree? Get that clip ready, Jell. I want to hear that clip. Check the tape.
I'm sure it's somebody else's fault.
I think it was July of 2022.
Let's get one more call in before the break. Let's go to Reggie in Texas. Reggie, thanks for holding on, buddy. We appreciate you. What do you got?
Oh, first of all, get Tausch down here and help me mend a few fences and round up some strays if he's good with his hands on a horse.
Count me in to see that.
They got a good stocking stuffer, Big 50, written by Drew Olson and some other guy, Jason something or other.
That guy sucks.
Good reading.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're the one person that bought that book, huh?
Good one!
I wish I could say I bought it.
I was going to say, somebody gave it to him.
It was a gift.
Tens of copies sold.
People are actually paying you to take that book. All right, go ahead, Reggie.
I was going to make this point. First of all, Tausch, another great point. He's educating the masses. I love the comment, the brutality of the business. And the brutality of the business is this. The Packers are getting whooped at the line of scrimmage. It's been 3 games. They've punted once in 3 games. They've lost all 3. You just can't continue to live the way they are. They had 13 plays in the first half. They ran 13. Your defense is going to be exhausted by the end of the game, and that's what happens. Now, when you give up Kenny Clark, Wyatt gets hurt, your interior line is just being manhandled. And as far as Gary goes, there are sports that kind of cross over to each other. A sack in football is like a home run in baseball. When you can get them, they change the game. If you lose a home run hitter, that's a part of your lineup someone has to pick up for. The Packers haven't had a sack in 3 games. Now, it wasn't big on Saturday, but they're not getting to the quarterback. And you know what? That secondary, the lack of a number 1 cornerback. Mixon is a nice player, good number 2 corner. He should be returning kicks. Now, they can't do that because they can't risk injury. I appreciate your time. I'm going to hang up and let you all respond.
Well, first
I
of all,
disagree. He should be returning kicks. That's foolish talk. Reggie, I love you. No, this is Deion Sanders can return kicks. I think old boy can go and return a couple kicks. All right. Couple things off of that. One of the things, and I heard a lot of fans on Twitter and commenting after the game, because that 4th and 1 play that led to some of this disparity in snap count and everything else, they went gun. And trust me, doing the Badgers with Phil Longo as the offensive coordinator, it was like clockwork. When we had short yardage and we get stuffed, my phone would blow up. And and when we went under center this year, I swear, I don't even know if we got the first down. It was like, this is fantastic. The reason, and Jason, you can ask this question, or if somebody did already, obviously on this show we don't get clips, so I don't know. But he went under center the play before, and old boy fumbled the snap and was fortunate to get it, and I believe that's why they went gun on 4th and 1. And it got stuffed. It was a cascade of just blech. And that was a turning point in the game. It was one of the, we're not punting. Well, yeah, we're going for it on 4th and 1 from the 30, where in the old days we'd have punted, but we're not punting and we ain't converting. Those are bad combos. The best our defense played is after we butchered things on offense. They went up, bowed up. When they started on the 35, it was like the guys went out there, and I think they were like, oh, this is a refreshing breath of air. We don't have to start on the 25-yard line? Well, and unfortunately, 9-yard gash, 20-yard throw, touchdown air, Lambeau leap, and that was the nature of the game. So I just wanted to bring that up. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I think those are all good points. I do think that there are people that get very frustrated on short yardage when you line up in the shotgun. But they mangled the snap. Now, again, the way things went with Sean Ryan, who I think has played really good football for them.
I think he's been good.
But there's no, and I understand it's a different quarterback, although he played 2/3 of the game with Malik Willis in Chicago. When he's canning a play, you can't send the snap back. I mean, that's a pretty big mistake, and that's how you end up with Tausch referencing the meme of the guy saving kicks with his face, because that's what happened to Malik Willis on that play. That can't happen. That was a colossal mistake, and they were lucky that they escaped with only 3 points being given up. But look, there were a lot of things that went wrong. I'm really curious, because the part of this, and we haven't gotten to this discussion, and I think we need to, along with the clips I sent Jesse, is the fact that they just got to feel good about themselves again by playing good football. And I do think there's value in that, but is it worth the risk to try and do that? I'm not sure that is. And then talk about a polluted mindset. I was having this conversation with a couple of other reporters yesterday. Well, what if they play their guys and Brian Flores' defense eats their lunch? What does that do for their confidence?
Yeah, they just did it to Detroit.
But you can't think that way.
They just did it to Detroit when Detroit needed to win to stay alive.
Correct. Yes.
How's Detroit feeling today? Detroit's probably feeling it. I don't know how bad we're even feeling. I just wonder how many people are actually thinking we're a good football team now. Because I still believe – I just don't know if I can believe in the defense, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, I have been on the train all year of this defense, and obviously when Micah went out, my whole overview of this defense changed completely because he's a stud and he's such a game wrecker. But I just believe that Jeff Hafley would find a way, and he did last week, and I believe he will again. I just, for whatever reason, we didn't have it. And you could say it's all of a myriad of things. But Saturday night was just, I hope it's just one big old anomaly, and we get back to being what we've been for the vast majority of the season, which is a pretty good defense.
And what you've been for the vast majority of since you turned 21 is a drinker of Coors Light.
Indeed, Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill and make sure those mountains are blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
We'll get to more of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf & Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate when you're gonna recreate upstate.
New Year's Eve is almost here. Are you fully stocked for the big night? This is Marie from Discount Liquor. No worries, we have everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Whether you're having a quiet family gathering or a bigger bash with friends, relatives, and coworkers, our expert staff will help you pick out the perfect beverages for your party. So if you need a tasty craft brew, a cold keg, a hard-to-find liquor, or the perfect bottle of wine or champagne, we have it all at Discount Liquor, and you'll save a lot of money.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount Liquor.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse, followed by an evening of comedy in Club 4-1. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right, let's get to some of these calls, because after I worked so hard on clipping those exchanges with Matt LaFleur, I'd like to play some of them.
Been there before.
You know the feeling. Poor Jesse. Let's go to Mo in Illinois. Mo, thanks for holding on. How are things with your Bears fan friends down there in Chicago?
They're a little quiet today, which makes me very happy, but I wouldn't say. I mean, I would say we don't have much reason to be talking either as Packers fans, given what we saw with that debacle on Saturday night. And if I were to describe this team in one word this season, I would describe the 2025 Green Bay Packers as immature. They're a very immature team. You know, when you lose to the Browns and the Panthers, while you're fully healthy, mind you, you don't deserve to win the division. When you can't recover an onside kick against a division rival, you don't deserve to win the division. And another thing that has truly stood out to me, guys, and I don't know if you guys have thought about this because I haven't really heard anyone mentioning it, Lambeau Field seems to have lost its home field advantage. The Packers have lost, 3 games there this season? And I believe I saw a stat where under the Holmgren era, they only lost 7 games within a span of 7 years or something like that. Lambeau, I remember a time where the Packers would hardly lose there, and now it seems like it's happening far too much where they lose at home. And we're also seeing, cheese graters on the sideline with the Ravens players and the Bears players, and it's just like teams are making a mockery of the Packers. And I would like for somebody to take that a little more personal. I'd like for this Packers team to come with an edge, get ticked off. It seems like us fans are more ticked off than the players. I mean, this is pathetic what we saw Saturday night. I mean, their teams and fans and people are making a mockery of the Green Bay Packers, and now it's up to them to, turn the tide a little bit. This is getting pathetic. I don't have personally no confidence and faith in this team in the playoffs. I hope they prove me wrong, but that's where I'm at personally to describe this team this season.
Mo, great call. I think you make some valid points. I think the stat was that Mike Holmgren lost 5 home games in the entirety of his Packers tenure. I will fact check that, but obviously that is true. I have some breaking news from the YouTube comments.
Uh-oh.
For those of you that listen to the show and you hear the beginning of the show where we have our long discussion about our names being dead, allegedly, now again, I can't fact check this. I'm not asking for identification. We have a 12-year-old in our ESPN Milwaukee YouTube chat, and his name is Mark.
Oh, I love it.
Mark is making a comeback.
Let's go.
Might be the youngest Mark I've seen in a very long time.
Can we potentially bring him on the show? We could have a Mark and Mark
again,
segment?
there aren't a lot of guardrails for
That's
YouTube.
the tricky part.
Yeah. So I guess I can't. We'd have to go through some vetting.
Can he sub for me tomorrow? Can Mark sub for me tomorrow?
He's off of school, right?
Yeah,
That's
indeed.
true. No school.
Indeed. Let's get to another call. Let's go from discussing a Mark to talking to a Jason. Let's go to Jason in Wauwatosa. Jason, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. I'm guessing you're not 12.
No, Jason, unfortunately, I'm even older than you, I think. So I'm of that. And I have a brother-in-law named Mark, if that helps.
Nice!
What a
you guys
crew.
could do your own show.
Well, I think us Jasons need to stick together. But
Amen
no,
to that.
You are correct. There are fewer and fewer. Although I also have a son-in-law named Jason, so we keep it in a little bit in the picture.
Is he your only son-in-law? I don't know how many daughters you have. Is he your only son-in-law?
No, I also have an Andy. So
okay. So do you treat him better?
You know any Jessies that could cut some LaFleur audio clips?
I do not know any Jessies.
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail you, Jason. Your thoughts, the floor is yours.
Well, so Jason, based on things you've reported, and I think other reporters who cover the team, it's my understanding that the consensus is that probably Rashawn Gary and Elton Jenkins won't be on the Packers roster in 2026. And correct me if I'm wrong on that.
No, I think you're probably right.
I mean, I don't think you're the only one reporting it, or you're not breaking news. I think it's pretty clear with Rashawn and given their contracts and everything. But I heard I think Mo just talked about immaturity and stuff. My understanding is that once Rashawn Gary and Elton Jenkins are off the roster, there will be exactly one player from the 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021 drafts on the Packers roster, and that's Jordan Love. And my question to you guys is that by design that they're always trying to be young, or what? Because that's 4 of Goody's first 8 drafts, and I don't see the veteran presence that we talked about, the lack of Pro Bowl players and stuff. It seems like, I don't know if it's designed to be young every year or what, but to just have one player from those 4 drafts on the roster, that seems light to me. I mean, Jordan Love is great, but I don't think you can do it alone. And it kind of reminds me like when we had Aaron Rodgers late stages, we got the quarterback set and a bunch of young guys around him. I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' input on why we don't have guys from the drafts and we're just trying to stay young, or what the purpose is.
Yeah, and you can expand it one more year, and you only get to add one more player. Isaiah McDuffie is the only one left from the 2021 class. And again, I haven't done the math on the other 31 drafts, right? I'm sure that there are, or 31 other teams. I'm sure there are other teams that don't have a lot of pieces from those drafts either. But again, for a draft and develop, the whole idea is to get those guys and then have them be good enough that you want to re-sign them. The 2022 class, to your point, they have obviously extended Christian Watson by a year, so he is under contract, and they extended Zach Tom. But that draft class, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt is under contract with a 5th-year option. Quay Walker, Sean Ryan, Romeo Dobbs, Kingsley Enagbare, Rasheed Walker, all free agents after this season. And I'm not sure who among them will be re-signed there. Again, this is part of the chicken and the egg of, is the coaching not good enough? Is the approach to roster building, are they too young? All these things happen when you lose games and you put yourself in the position they're in again, where they're going to be the 7th seed. You don't kick it away in Chicago. You're playing for all kinds of things. Maybe the focus is better on Saturday night against the Ravens, and the conversation is different. But as Tausch so eloquently put it earlier, ifs and buts, candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas all year long. That's not where they're at. And so, Tausch, as the Goody stan, how do you respond to Jason's point about the draft classes if both Elton and Rashawn Gary are gone after the season?
Yeah, the draft class hasn't been good enough. I mean, I think for a lot of us, and when you look at where this team is in this roster, his 23 class has obviously been dynamite. He's got a ton of really good players, but they still have to continue to improve and showcase where they're at. That's the Tucker Kraft and that group. But the point Jason just brought up, there to answer the question, I'm always amazed when I see a Dallas Cowboys trade Micah Parsons. You draft a guy, and he turns out to be the guy you hope. You want to pay a player like that. That means you're right.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're right. Don't take an L when you're right. I'm always amazed. I'll take W's when I'm wrong. And we got guys taking L's when they're right. No, I'm serious.
That may be the truest thing you've ever said about yourself.
I don't understand. And Goody, if Goody's getting it right, he wants to pay guys. And by the way, when he has been right, Zach Tom, he pays him, right? Elton Jenkins, he paid. He paid Zach Tom?
Yeah, he did.
He not?
And he also paid Rashawn Gary. Was he right about that? He's been wrong twice on him, it would appear.
You just hate Rashawn Gary.
That's what I've heard.
I don't know what else to say.
That's what I've heard.
But I don't. So he has not drafted well enough to continue to restock this way, and that is why you go out and get Micah. That's why you go out and sign Hobbs, who it's just not worked. It has not worked. No. Okay, he played a lot, and I think he got hurt again. It hadn't worked. And then you start looking at the O-line. You got to go pay Aaron Banks. So free agency should always be supplemental. And to Goody's point, he doesn't bring in a bunch of old guys. I don't know what he's going to do with Banksy moving forward. But it has not worked. And there's, the depth starts showing up. And, guys, you can't have one player from that long ago. What year is it? 18, 19, 20, and 21, and he's got one guy that more than likely is going to be on the roster in 26?
Correct.
Not if you're a draft and develop team. So my Goody stand-em, 2026 is going to be a referendum. I don't know where I'm going to go, but if this team loses in the first round again, which is more than, again, depending if we play the Bears, we'll be favored. But this season has not been good enough. This should have been a division-winning team that everybody is thinking could go win a Super Bowl. And up until 3 weeks ago, when Micah got hurt, I felt that way.
I did
now
too.
It is going to take a lot to change a lot of people's minds.
You should change your mind about your current bank if you're unhappy. What are you waiting for? Make the switch to Associated Bank, the best customer service in the industry, and they've got the awards to prove it. Whether it's early pay, so you have access to your direct deposit up to 2 days early, whether it's credit monitoring, so you know that your credit's in a great spot for when you want to make a big purchase, like our furniture from Steinhoffel's, and, of course, fraud protection. I experienced it for myself. They had my back and had my money safe and secure because they've got great customer service. And on top of that, they've got Packers checking, Badgers checking, and Brewers checking. So go to Associated Bank to find out more. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way, I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
At Alpha Custom Apparel, we create standout corporate apparel and promotional gear that makes a lasting impression. Whether it's polos for your next conference, branded jackets for your sales team, or eye-catching giveaways for a client event, we've got you covered. We offer a concierge-like experience for businesses who want more. More customization, more creativity, more impact. From concept to delivery, we help brands big and small show up looking their best with speed, style, and attention to detail. Create with us today at alphacustomapparel.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 5 to 16-ounce selected varieties, Frito-Lay kettle or potato chips, Doritos, or rolled gold pretzels, 2 for $6. 8-pack or 64-ounce selected varieties, Mott's apple juice, 2 for $6. 8-ounce selected varieties, McCormick cocktail or tartar sauce, $2.29. 16-ounce selected varieties, Dots pretzels, $4.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
2 over the top.
Free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
There is no better time to tour the best senior community in Wisconsin than during the holidays while you're visiting with loved ones. Call 3 Pillars, make an appointment, and see for yourself why thousands and thousands of families have trusted 3 Pillars since 1905. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing and rehab, whatever your needs, 3 Pillars has it covered. Info at 3pillars.org. Call 1-800-848-5306 to set up a time to tour their amazing 300-acre campus in scenic Lake Country.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Yeah, I think one of his strengths coming out in the draft was he's got a live arm. I mean, the guy is... It's pretty impressive, the power that he has behind his arm and how far he can throw the football. And, yeah, he can make any throw on the planet. I put him up against anybody.
Or discussing backup quarterback Malik Willis.
Oh, I thought it was Tooney.
Who some... maybe we'll go there in the 11 o'clock hour. Maybe we won't. Again, maybe I just don't think properly. Maybe my brain doesn't work the right way. It never crossed my mind to
Or maybe you're not a prisoner of the moment.
Maybe. Nevertheless, we will have to wait and see if there ever develops a quarterback controversy. By the way, from Micah Parsons, a source close
bored.
to...
I could tell he's getting bored. He's tweeting a lot.
Source close to Micah Parsons, his name is Micah Parsons, breaking the news, he's having his ACL surgery today.
Good.
So he posted a photo of himself in his hospital gown and the whole deal. So we will have
Is he doing
updates.
it in Green Bay, or is he going somewhere else?
It's a great question. Don't know the answer. Doc McKenzie retired, so I'm not sure.
I saw that.
Is he going to
Forced retirement?
Is he going to do a
is what I saw.
podcast now that he's not playing for the next several months?
Micah?
Yeah.
Or Doc?
Maybe.
Should we get Doc McKenzie to do a once-a-week pod with us?
He certainly has spent a lot of time with both of us.
The doctor is in.
That's what we would call it. You nailed it. Good job, Jesse.
He fixed your plantar fascia pretty quickly.
Jason and Doc McKenzie doing a podcast in a van in a parking lot at whatever high school. That's the move. Yep.
That still might be the most just unbelievable visual that I've ever seen. Hey, boys, Jordan Love busted his hand up. What did he do in training camp? Busted his hand or his thumb?
Yes.
Hold up. Yeah, I'll be in 20 minutes. I got to go head over to Ashwaubenon High. I got to check Wildy's foot. You know, he's been dealing with a little plantar fascia. We'll get back to the quarterback here in about an hour. Well, we got to see if we can practice. No, we get Wildy fixed up and we'll come on by. What a deal, huh?
Turf toe. Let's go to Ron and Sheboygan. Ron, good morning.
I forgot it.
How could you forget?
I forgot.
Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing today?
Your toes okay now?
I'm great. Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting there. Yeah, that was the doctor is in.
Right. Look,
Tune in next week.
Yeah, I have some numbers to help you and your listeners kind of clarify a couple of things that you did, and then I got to get on to my main point. Number one, in 2025, fourth and less than one conversion rates underneath center quarterback sneak is 80%. Conversion rates out of the shotgun, less than 60. It's like 55% in 2025. That's number one. Number two, Tausch's claim that he just doesn't trust the defense once the injury to Micah Parsons happened. So I did some quick math. Points given up in 13.75 games because Micah got hurt late in the third quarter against Denver. They scored 20 before he got hurt. Then they scored 14 after he got hurt, and then the last two games as well. So I divided it by 13.75 and 2.25. Here's the points against per game. 20.04 with Micah Parsons in the lineup. 38.66 with Micah Parsons not in the lineup per game. So that's just some numbers that you can make of what you will.
Okay.
Now,
a lot of math.
My main point.
Ron, that's a lot of math on a break. That's pretty good.
First of all, it wasn't done on the break, number one. And
well, he had all that time sitting on hold, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So my main point is this. A rhetorical question. Are the Packers going to get to the Super Bowl this year? Probably not. But you know what? That could be said for virtually every single 14 teams in the playoffs this year. Probably not. I've been a football fan for 50 years, serious football fan for 50 years. And I can't independently recollect, maybe it's happened, but the playoff teams being so evenly matched in 50 years. They are all, every single one of these 14 teams are extremely flawed, usually on one side of the ball or the other. You can take a look at the 49ers. All you had to do is watch the game last night. That's your potential number one and number two seeds in the NFC. And to say that the defense is bad would be a compliment because the defense was basically non-existent for either team. You can't go deep in the playoffs with non-existent defense and no pass rush. It's just not going to happen. Seattle, do you really want to pin your Super Bowl hopes on that quarterback?
Sam Darnold.
I don't.
No, you don't. I don't either.
I'm not going to bet my life on Sam Darnold being able to play 3 games in the playoffs without throwing a bunch of picks. The AFC South and the NFC South is out the door. So that leaves Philadelphia and L.A. The Philadelphia Eagles went into the Bills Stadium last night. And against a very poor defense. I get the weather and all that, but against a very poor defense, they were only able to put up 13 points. And that quarterback went 0 for 7 in the second half, didn't have a completion in the second half.
Yep.
And newsflash, that's the second time this year that Jalen Hurts has not had a completion in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
So their offense is pretty weak. That leaves us with the Los Angeles Rams, and we're going to see tonight. But I'm not impressed with their defense whatsoever. Their defense is also weak. So can the Packers make the Super Bowl? Probably not. But that could be said for every team going into the playoffs. And the Packers may have just enough on both sides of the ball to make a run. Just enough, even with all their injuries, because their defense is okay. It's not been great, but it's okay. It's better than most of the defenses in the playoffs right now. And
I agree with that.
If they get healthy on offense, they're going to light up these defenses. They will light these defenses up in the playoffs. So, again, are they going to make the playoff? Or are they going to make the Super Bowl? Probably not. But they have a better chance than most fans think they do. So I appreciate your time, guys.
Now they have to figure out who their starting quarterback will be.
Jesse, I'm going to say this. Bookmark Ron's call, because it's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very similar. I don't want to play the Rams or Eagles. Everybody else, and by the way, the Rams are more than likely going to play the Eagles, and one of those teams is bye-bye. They're bye-bye.
Yep.
And if we do find a way to go Chicago-San Fran, which is more than likely going to be how this thing shakes out for Green Bay if they win, I love both those matchups. And all of a sudden you're looking, everything will have to be on the road, which is, not great. But if it's the Rams, you're going to have 50% of the crowd out there. So it's not as crazy because we're coming off of a brutal performance. And when Ron says our defense on Saturday we ain't beating anybody. We beat the Raiders and that's it. We're losing to every other team in the league if we play like that. But that doesn't mean we're going to play like that this week or for certain against Chicago. So I am agreeing. I think Ron brought up some great points. And Jesse, if and when we make the NFC Championship game, run that call back because Ron will look like a prophet.
Yeah, but can he tell us about Tito's vodka the way you can, since you guys are on the same page?
Well, we got the Tito's Bowl coming up in Minnesota this weekend. I think Ron could. I don't know what Ron loves, but if he loves a good cocktail, I'm guessing Tito's will be in it. It's my go-to. It's made in Austin, Texas, and with the holidays, I went cranberry. That's what I liked having. Again, till we get about to middle of January, that's Tito's and cranberry is what I like. You can like whatever you like, but I do know this. Tito's makes great drinks, whatever your concoction is with it. And they love giving back to the community, partnering with nonprofits, and doing real good, especially for our four-legged friends. So the next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's handmade vodka, crafted to be savored responsibly.
The 11 o'clock hour starts late, and it starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle Broston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Let's get a couple of calls in here. 844-770-3776. You can text. These will be the last two calls because I worked very hard clipping audio clips. I'd like to get to some of those. Let's go to Scott and Cudahy first. Scott, good morning. Thanks for holding on, buddy.
If you go through all that work to cut those audio clips and then you don't even end up using them, that'd be frustrating.
Well, the good news for you is you don't have to feel that way. Let's talk to Scott and Cudahy. Scott, good morning. How you doing?
Oh, God, where do I start? A lot of things. Okay, a lot of things. Injuries, officiating. You guys might not like this, but the training staff, why are all these Packers players getting injured? The main thing is next person up, next man up. We don't have a next person. We don't have a next man up. When we lost Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft, things took a major dive down. Okay, my question to you is, who is the next man up? Who is supposed to step up? Do we have anybody that's supposed to step up? You go back to the past with Reggie White. He was our motivator. He's the one that got everybody. There is no rally person on this team. No one that is stepping up, and that's what worries me. You know, it's been a travesty. I got to say though, I really enjoyed last night's game with San Francisco and Chicago. I love seeing the Bears lose, and I think the Packers should take some notes from last night's game about the way San Francisco handled Chicago, and maybe use that when they play them, you know, on Sunday. But my question is, okay, who really is supposed to be the next person up? When we lost Micah Parsons, who's supposed to step up, and why haven't they? And if you're going past this and into the future, into the draft, we need to address the edge rusher position. That's the main point, and possibly the secondary.
Well, and you don't have a first-round pick the next 2 years because you traded for Micah Parsons. Thanks for the call, Scott. I would say this. From a performance standpoint, Rashawn Gary is a number 12 overall pick in 2019, the same pick that the Dallas Cowboys used 2 years later on Micah Parsons. So the expectation is for him to elevate his game. And I do not want to keep this Rashawn Gary pinata going. But after losing him, I think it was reasonable to expect your other highly paid edge rusher to elevate his game. That did not happen. From the tight end perspective, look, Luke Musgrave is not Tucker Kraft. But Luke Musgrave was drafted a round ahead of Tucker Kraft, and he has had some moments, but he's not the same player. So, no, look, I understand Scott's point, Tausch. But you're talking about two guys that are among the best in the entire league at their position. You're not going to have somebody who can fill that void. Now, from an emotional and from a leadership and an energy standpoint, I think that's a more interesting question, because one thing that Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft did, in addition to being great players, is they were energy guys. Tucker Kraft doing that kip up when he's on his back. Yep. The way Micah Parsons goes 1,000 miles an hour on every single snap. Wasn't getting holding calls because he wouldn't flop because he was still trying and straining the way he was.
Yeah,
I think
Rashawn Gary tried to get a flop call the other day, too.
Mm-hmm. I'm just, not only are they great players, but they were energy guys. And I think Scott has a valid point that not only did they lose their production, but they kind of lost their examples as well.
Yeah, the tight end spot's been brutal since Tucker got hurt. You can say, well, Musgrave's done this. He made a couple of catches. They don't want him blocking. He still has got a little fawniness to him when he catches a ball. It just hasn't worked. And that happens, but it hasn't worked. It hasn't. And this is where, when you, especially in year 3, this is where you should be popping. And he has not shown any signs to me that that's going to be the case. And that's nothing. I think he's a really good athlete, straight line. There's just the spatial awareness part of it. There's something off, and I hope that he can flip that around. But the depth, you're never going to replace Micah. Cowboys are finding that out. You're never going to replace Tucker. They're both elite players at their position. But the lack of production even close to, I'm not asking you to produce like those guys. That's not fair. The drop-off has been too much. And I think that's part of the reason. Obviously we should have beat the Bears, but Baltimore, it wasn't even, I mean, the way our defense played, that wasn't even, I can't say anything positive about that performance.
No, you can't. All right, let's take one last call. We'll take it from Sam in Kenosha. Sam, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Good, and thank you for your service cutting of those clips, Jason.
You're welcome. Didn't they sound great?
Yeah. Ron kind of stole my idea there, but doing like the best Tausch impersonation. I'm not saying, but I'm saying, or I see the path where, even with all those numbers he put out there, that we held the Bears to 9 points all the way up to the 2-minute warning. So if we catch them in the first round, I feel pretty confident there. And then, the toss-up between Sam Darnold and Brock Purdy or the 49ers and playing the 1 seed, whoever wins that. But, the best
Purdy
part
looked pretty good last night.
As long as but their defense gave up all those points.
Their defense is brutal.
Agreed. You guys are right.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then just like Tausch said, between the Eagles and Rams, as long as they're the 3 seed, one of them is going to get knocked out right away. So if we make it to an NFC Championship game, even with how terrible these 3 weeks have gone, I see a pretty good path. Obviously you have to limit the mistakes, which we haven't done all year, but definitely see the path, and that'll definitely change how we're feeling now to back to where we were like 3 weeks ago.
Nice. I like the positivity. I like it.
It's not
Sam, thanks for the call.
Jason, thanks for the call, Sam. It's not crazy.
No, I don't think it's crazy.
Is it a smidge delusional on 12/29? Yes. Yes. But I'm telling you, just look around this league. Pittsburgh goes from, boy, they're going to get a home playoff game and have a chance to maybe make some hay in the AFC, to losing to the Browns, and now it's like, well, this will be Rodgers' last game, and then Tomlin's going to be gone. This is how this works. And if you can,
league comes at you fast.
So if you can go up and play in a very important game up at the stadium up in Minnesota, like if you can just get some good vibes out of that ball game that Jason's going to be attending with his family.
Channel 3000 Bowl.
The Channel 3000 Bowl, where I'm going to need to drink a gallon of Tito's to make it interesting. Jason's just going to go because he loves it. What? That's not a shot. It's reality.
Tito's is great. So is channel3000.com.
Absolutely.
Just enjoy it responsibly, would you?
100%. And if you can win that game and then go win a playoff game in Chicago, I am telling you, I'll remember this always. We played Philly, and I don't know where everybody's mind. We had much more positive vibes in 2010-11. But some people put signs up in that little atrium area when we'd walk out back in the old days when we had parking lot outside yet. And you just kind of started seeing the signs building and building. It's like people are starting to believe. You get more people. It starts off with like 2 signs. And then all of a sudden you look up and it's like 8 signs. And then all of a sudden you got like 12 signs. And then all of a sudden every window is covered with signs. And those signs lead you to think, well, maybe this ain't crazy. Maybe we ain't crazy. That's what can happen here. Now, the same thing could also happen where the Bears throw up 40 points on us and we say, this defense stinks. I don't know what the hell happened. We need a reboot. I don't know what's going to happen. They got all these beat guys talking about the coaching staff and thinking Malik Willis should be the quarterback. That's how this goes. That's how critical that game in Chicago or Philly will be.
Were those windows with the signs Pella windows?
Of course. Well, if they weren't, they should be, and that's where it would be with me. Ensure your home remains comfortable during this brutal post-holiday winter. Santa's magical as elves. They are not qualified to build Pella windows and doors, but Pellas do. They install year-round and can finish installation as little as a day and pay 0 interest for up to 24 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. But hurry up. This deal ends in 2 days, December 31st. So schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See the showroom for details.
There's 29 minutes left in the show. We have 3 segments left in the program.
How is that possible?
No idea. None.
I'm not blaming me today either.
Of course
Normally I blame me. Jesse, you're blaming me?
Normally I blame me, quote. More Wilde and Tausch, not Tausch's fault. Next.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All the antics.
Why the hell are we still doing encores? I go to the Killers, and they leave the stage. Oh, thank you, good night. Oh, I can't believe they didn't play Mr. Brightside.
All the action.
Losing somebody like Micah Parsons, everybody on the defense was better because of Micah Parsons, and you lose a guy like that, it's hard to stomach.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
There's a holiday gift out there that everyone loves. It's compact, tasty, and one size fits all. It's a Cousin Subs gift card. Make your life a little easier. Give your friends and family a better gift this holiday season. Purchase $30 in gift cards today at your favorite Cousin Subs location and receive a certificate for a free 7.5-inch sub. Oh man, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers dropped their 3rd straight game, falling to the Baltimore Ravens at Lambeau Field on Saturday night. Despite 3 touchdowns from Malik Willis, Green Bay's defense couldn't slow down a Ravens rushing attack that piled up 307 yards on the ground. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
Humbling night. Give Baltimore a ton of credit. They came in here and were in complete control the whole game. And unfortunately, it wasn't up to our standard in regards to how we played, how we coached, and that's what happens.
The Packers look to bounce back in their regular season finale on the road in Minnesota against the Vikings.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We're here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
The holidays are busy. Meals to make, gifts to wrap, parties to host. When it's finally time to unwind, make it blissful with Carbless. Crisp, refreshing, and full of flavor with every sip. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. While it may be frozen outside, it's always flawless with Carbless. No guessing and no compromise. So whether you're celebrating with friends, hosting the crew, or relaxing by the fire, bring bliss to your holiday gatherings. Carbless, full of flavor, guilt-free enjoyment.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HAPPY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HAPPY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HAPPY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
All right, so let's get to the elephant in the room, or whatever this is. Look, you guys know this. I am uncomfortable. I think I'm pretty respectful of criticizing players. I don't think I do it in an unfair way, generally speaking.
By the way, I totally agree with you. I think you're very fair about that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
You bet.
Even though earlier in the show you said that I hate Rashawn Gary. So I try to also not critique my colleagues. And again, maybe this is just, hey, there's fans that think this, so we're going to ask. This never, like very rarely does something get asked in a press conference where I think, God, I never thought to ask that. Yesterday was different. Here is the Matt LaFleur press conference. Jesse, thanks for getting this audio ready.
Great
should
job,
be in video
Jesse.
form, too.
What are you eating back there?
Dunker.
Oh, my God.
Good stuff.
Here's Matt LaFleur discussing his quarterback controversy.
You have to find a way to get a guy who's playing that way on the field.
I mean, I think everything's up for discussion.
It's hard to ignore the way that he is playing. Is there any consideration that he might give you a better chance to win right now than Jordan?
Yeah, I think, guys, I want to pump the brakes on all that stuff. I think Jordan Love is playing some pretty high-level football, and it's great that we feel the same about Malik in his ability to go in there. And, I thought he's had two really back-to-back outstanding performances. So we're in a good spot with that position. Certainly have a lot of confidence in both of those guys, but I mean, it's pretty clear that Jordan is our franchise quarterback, and he is going to be when he is healthy, he's going to be our starter. So I just want to squash all that.
What is it about Jordan, especially playing at a high level, that gives you that better chance to win in your evaluation?
Well, I just think that, I mean, his body of work throughout the course of 3 years, especially I think this season, I think he's taken his game to another level. So, and that's not to discount anything. I mean, like I said, we got a lot of faith and confidence in Malik, and he's done a lot of great things, but that's a good problem when you have two guys that you're really confident in.
Hey, Matt, Tausch.
What did you ask? That was you. Next.
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. I did change the subject. I changed the subject there to the crappy run defense. I believe that's me saying you coached Derrick Henry. Other than him being great, why the hell couldn't you stop him?
That is what I wanted to know.
Yeah, well,
listen.
Hey, listen tomorrow when you're not on.
Okay,
we'll play that tomorrow.
Here's what I would say. You guys have a job to do, and you are the conduit to the fans. Malik Willis has played really good football, but everybody knows that Jordan Love is the starting quarterback. It's one thing if Jordan had just played 3 crap games, had a concussion, and then Malik does that. None of that is actually what happened, though.
No.
So that's where I don't get that. That's talk radio stuff. That's what that is. And that's stuff that when you have 3 hours and you're talking and fans call in, fans say that. It's a question that obviously they felt like they needed. And I want to give LaFleur a ton of credit. I think he answered it great.
He did.
He was very respectful of Malik. He didn't. He could have just said, that's a clown question, bro, and done like Bryce Harper did.
Yeah.
Which would have been really funny. And by the way, would have gotten a ton of clicks. It would have been fantastic. But I don't necessarily think, like, if you want to ask that question, great. I think it's more of a sports talk question than it is a podium question. But you got a really good answer, which is what you always say.
Yeah,
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
I thought Matt LaFleur gave a fantastic answer and gave clarity to a situation that I didn't think needed to be clarified. If that makes any sense, but that's coming from me.
Yeah, very well said. I think that you just did for me.
Jason Homer asked that same question. I literally squashed it and said no. I'm not. I was literally ready to hang up and click off the postgame show.
Did you say that's a clown question, bro?
God, that's such.
I should have. I wasn't thinking clearly enough at that point in the show, so no.
Oh, because you drank a gallon of Tito. No, wait, that's this Sunday.
That's to watch this bowl game.
Channel 3000 bowl.
This is going to be. I'm going to just give our bosses, everybody. This will be my shortest postgame. This will be my shortest appearance I've ever done. It's going to be 3 reads and a bounce. Boop, boop, bounce.
We're going to bounce into the next commercial break. We'll have a very abbreviated Whoa Nelly next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. 12/31/2025.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Elkhorn senior Kyron Lyle. Lyle powered Elkhorn to a 3-0 week, picking up 2 Southern Lakes Conference wins along with a non-conference victory. She opened the week with 23 points and 8 rebounds in a 62-48 win over Waterford. She followed that with a dominant all-around performance in a 53-23 victory over perennial conference power Union Grove, recording a triple-double with 17 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 assists, while also adding 5 blocks and 4 steals. Elkhorn capped the week with another win over Waukesha West, continuing its strong early season momentum. A 3-sport athlete and a Division I commit to UW Green Bay, Lyle continues to shine at the highest level. Congratulations to Kyron Lyle, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design.
They design, you party.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wilde and Tausch back with you. Time now for an abbreviated Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Hey, Jesse, if I may, can I jump in before you start?
Your last show of 2025. You take us where you want to go.
So I ended up watching the game on Peacock. Still stuck to my deal. Didn't jump in and get a subscription. I'm not going to get into how and what and how it all played out. So I'm not going to give myself up with any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Peacock puts on a blanky performance. They don't tell you there's flags. I literally text Jesse to find out if they threw a flag for one of the plays because I thought they auto-reviewed a penalty. They did a review on Peacock doesn't even say when there's a flag. Like I thought it was just a blank in it. And again, I am going to put my cards on the table. I don't like Peacock.
No,
get out of here.
I thought they did a really blank job, but I think Blackledge is a really good analyst. Yeah. I think he did a really good job.
And he leaves the bathroom stinky.
Did you run into him, Jason?
Jason, did you run into Blackledge?
I did not.
They didn't say when there's flags. They didn't get into it. They didn't show replays when stuff happened. I thought it was just a bad performance. Go ahead, Jay. Can you believe I had to text Jesse to ask if there was a flag on the field?
No. Yes, I can believe you had to ask because I was at the game. I don't know where Jesse saw that flag because I was looking for it too. I didn't see it either.
Did they auto-review a penalty without?
No, that flag was out. It was. I had a great view from 127.
It's possible I didn't see it.
Might have had some Coors Light vision going on, but I'm pretty sure I saw that flag come out right away.
Little CLV for JL.
Before I saw your text to our group, I was wondering the exact same thing. Did they just sneakily review this and change the call? I can't remember. That wasn't the. My favorite was when the Packers got called for 12 men on the field when they had 11.
And they only had 11.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I'd never seen that before.
And Matt LaFleur rightfully lost his blank over that.
Yeah, he should have. That's emotions be damned on that one.
Yeah, that was not a good look for that officiating.
And for the record, there were some folks complaining. And listen, I am the LaFleur. When he screws up, I'm on him.
You have been very critical when deserved. Yep.
Him challenging that play before the 2-minute warning was smart.
Yes.
Like everybody's.
Yes.
Please stop with the. You don't do this. You don't get to challenge after 2 minutes.
Right,
the game is probably over. You might catch a break, and you stop the clock before the 2-minute drill. I just hate when pros put dumb tweets out and then don't correct themselves. They triple down. Like, it was dumb.
Yeah.
Like, it was a smart challenge. It didn't work. You still ended up almost getting the ball. Like, come on, man. I started Postgame right after that, by the way, too. We started early, which I don't like doing after a drubbing like that, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Well, imagine how soon you'll start it after the Channel 3000 Bowl. Whoa, Nelly.
Is there a way can we do the pregame show right or the postgame show right after the pregame show?
Like 12:05, you want to start the postgame show?
You're such a good teammate until you're not.
Well, no, I'm raving about it for you. I'm saying for me. Yeah, I should be better.
I'm raving about the game for you.
Jason, on Friday, after I take my little hiatus, I will come up with more storylines, but it's going to be fake. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I appreciate you being authentic about your inauthenticity.
It's going to be complete fake because this game is a nothing burger. I apologize saying that out loud, but it is.
Whoa, Nelly! Channel 3000 Bowl, Packers-Vikings, Sunday at noon on CBS.
I think is there any way they could put that in the 8:30 window? Get that thing started at 8:30.
What makes me mad is that's a really funny line, and I would love to laugh at it, but I can't.
Well, and Jason, you'd actually like it to start at 8:30 because you could go do more stuff after the game.
Can we move the game to Dublin?
No. Keep it in Minnesota, but why not? We're always looking for these new. And by the way, does everybody now understand why 18 games is just more of a disastrous idea?
Yeah,
there's multiple winner-take-all games this week. ESPN has an amazing Saturday doubleheader.
They do have a good one.
Does not include the Packers.
Nope, thought they might. Good thing they didn't.
Whoa, Nelly!
Tausch, since
let's move this game. Let's move this game to Friday. Let's get the Vikings to their post a little bit earlier. I think you got to start looking at new windows here. Pella
from Pella.
You want to play January 2nd? What time on Friday? 5 o'clock. That work well for you?
Yeah.
8:30.
Yeah, happy hour game. It could be a happy hour game. A happy hour starter.
That's it for Whoa Nelly.
Yeah, I had a good question for Tausch, too. That's too bad.
What was it?
Have to save it for Friday.
Which team, looking back on 2025, which team brought you the most joy to watch in Wisconsin sports this year?
The Brewers. Yep. Not even sure it's especially
well,
close.
I'll say this. The Packers after the Lions game. The first one.
Had the Badgers played in Milwaukee and gone to the Final Four instead of playing a road game against BYU, that would have been the answer. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson. The day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field? Secondary. Keyshawn Nix.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
The Packers dropped their third straight game, falling to the Baltimore Ravens at Lambeau Field on Saturday night. Despite 3 touchdowns from Malik Willis, Green Bay's defense couldn't slow down a Ravens rushing attack that piled up 307 yards on the ground. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
Humbling night. Give Baltimore a ton of credit. They came in here and were in complete control of the whole game. And unfortunately, it wasn't up to our standard in regards to how we played, how we coached, and that's what happens.
The Packers look to bounce back in their regular season finale on the road in Minnesota against the Vikings.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official banking partner of Marquette University, and home to Marquette Checking with free ATMs nationwide.
Marquette had another rough stretch in an 84-63 loss at Creighton, falling to 5-8 on the season and 0-2 in Big East play. The Golden Eagles opened strong, forcing 7 straight stops and jumping out to a 9-2 lead, but the game turned quickly when Creighton ripped off a 25-2 run in just over 3 minutes. Freshman Nigel James Jr. led Marquette with a season-high 23 points, while Chase Ross added 9. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the game.
Offensively, the story of the game for us was just missing layups. We got a lot. Forget even the contested ones. We had plenty of uncontested shots around the rim that we just didn't finish.
The Golden Eagles will be back in action with more Big East play against Seton Hall on December 30th.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official bank of Marquette University.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait. The orthopedic care specialists at Ortho ASAP treat fractures, sprains, strains, sports injuries, and more right away. With on-site x-rays and expert care, Ortho ASAP gets you back on track faster. Open 7 days a week with locations in Brookfield and Pewaukee, it's more affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
It's bowl season, and it continues Tuesday on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Another one of our favorites from our royalty-free playlist.
Very provocative, Free Music 8.
So we will talk to you again on Friday, Tausch.
Yep, I'll be back.
And I may be on the road to Minnesota for this must-win game against the Minnesota Vikings, which it is a must-win game for you two knuckleheads to be able to cash your ticket at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Now, that's something that I haven't really sold this on.
That is the big storyline for the game. That is it.
For us, yeah, selfishly, that's a great storyline.
All right, we will be on tomorrow, just without old boy. We'll have Gabe Knightsland as our cousin sub of the day. We'll talk to Evan Cohen. Jesse is negotiating with Brian Bulaga to see if he has time.
Jason, I know we got to go, but hold up. Take a look at the beautiful little doggy.
Hi, Max.
Oh, little Augie, the doggy. Look at that.
Does he have a cast on his paw?
No, it's a whole nother story.
Okay.
He's not a big
Sorry,
fan.
we're out of time.
Augie.
Oh, that cute little Augie.
You're a good boy.
Augie the dog.
Oh, my
What
God.
a good boy. As he won't stay with me for more than 10 seconds. All right, we're not getting a dog. That's fair enough.
No! All right, we got to go. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of an ESPN Radio Extra Point.